Hi guys, this is Lalana. Thanks for tuning into the Sovereign Path. Sorry about the lighting. We've got a storm running through. So I'll probably be squinting the whole time, so apologize for the lighting. So today I want to talk about the information that we consume on the Twin Flame Path and the discernment that needs to be consistently had in regard to that information. And so first and foremost, I want to say that I've been an intuitive tarot reader for years. I love tarot. And I'm definitely not knocking it. And when it comes to doing readings and things like that, the reason that I stepped away from my old channel and have created a new channel is simply because I felt that a lot of the readings that I was doing, just general readings, right? I had a really successful tarot channel. Plus I was doing one-on-one coaching and email coaching and lots of private readings. And I still do a decent amount of private readings. And I love those. And I think they can be very beneficial because they are running through a completely different platform and based on each individual person's energy, situation, all that sort of stuff. But general readings, and this is why one of the reasons that I stopped doing this and that I am hoping to get back into it at some point because I enjoy tarot so much. But this is one of the reasons that I stepped away from doing that on my channel is because it's so easy. It's so easy for the ego, for the push energy, for the chasing energy, for separation consciousness, to grab hold of any sort of general reading and run with it, right? Create a story about it. And I'm speaking just for twin flames here. I'm not speaking about other sort of, I'm not speaking about other things. However, even if you're not a twin flame, the ego still does that, right? But I'm just saying as far as twin flames, this is where it can become a very destructive sort of process. And I'm speaking on this very candidly as someone who's been doing tarot for a really long time and who loves tarot. It is not good for you if you are a twin flame. It is not good for you to watch general tarot readings that are about twin flames or the divine masculine or the divine masculine collective or why the divine masculine collective is doing this or why the divine masculine collective is doing that, when the divine masculine is going to wake up, what's happening now with the divine masculine. From my heart, I am telling you guys that these are the types of information that you need to avoid if you are on a true twin flame journey, right? So private readings, personal readings, it depends on the reader, you know, like I can't speak on that. I still do private readings for some of my twin flame clients that I've had for a long time. But generally speaking, I only do those for clients who have been on this path for quite a while and are in inner union and are in a place of balance within. And I make it very clear in those, prior to any of those readings for any new clients, that these readings are not going to help you if you are at the beginning of a journey or if you're in the middle of a journey. If you're searching for answers, and the reason that you want to have a private reading is to know if you're a twin, what your divine masculine is doing, when you're going to come back into union and all of those things. If those are the answers that you're seeking, that's not the way to go, right? And so my main purpose for this video, like I said, is not to down tarot in any way, not to dog anybody, any tarot readers in any way. I'm sure that there are a lot of tarot readers who probably watch my content as well, and myself being one, and myself also being a true twin flame and having been on this path for a long time. I can tell you that if you're at the beginning or the middle stages of this path, or if you're at a point on this path, even if it's wherever on this path, where your mind is still pulling you towards wanting to figure it out and wanting information and wanting to know what the masculine is doing and where they're at, and when union is going to happen, then you are still being in that addictive energy, and it's still pulling you out of alignment with your inner sovereignty and inner union with self, which is the whole point of this path, right? And so in regard to when we watch, information that may, tarot, or if it's, the psychic readings, or lately I've been seeing things pop up that it's just like AI generated stuff that is just basically, I guess you put that into the AI generator, chat GPT, or whatever else ones are out there. And you just have like a plethora of information of how the twin flame dynamic works and all of the little things that you need to talk about. And I guess it gets plugged into basically these AI generated YouTube videos that, they just have the background and the music and the words and, like an AI generated voice as well, talking about, the masculine coming back in and when that's going to happen for the entire collective, as if the divine masculine collective is one being, right? As if, and I'm talking about the microcosm here, I'm not talking about the macrocosm of all that is. And so, but these readings and this information that I see a lot lately comes through as if all the masculines are one masculine, right? So I understand the collective consciousness of humanity, right? I get that, and that's not what I'm talking about. But that's what these videos are talking about, as if the divine masculine is one, collective consciousness within the twin flame dynamic that can sort of move and shift as one unit, right? As its own thing, without the divine feminine actually being part of that thing. So be very mindful isn't the right word. Be very discerning about the type of information that you are watching, because I know that a lot of these types of informations, they can feel really good. I get that. I know. They can feel really good, and the ego really likes that feeling of seeing, a headline that says, the divine masculine is coming back, or the divine masculine is thinking about the divine feminine and dreaming about her at night. All of these sort of things, right? Like, I know, I've been where you are. That's why I do these videos. I get it. Just be really aware that your ego, right? Your separation consciousness, your addictive energy, whatever we want to call it, it's all one and the same thing. All the terms mean the same thing. You're being pulled into something in hope to have that fix, right? In hopes to have that something outside of you that's going to make you feel better. Hopefully to have that something outside of you that's going to validate on some level that, everything is okay with the masculine, because I just watched an AI generated video that is saying that the divine masculine collective is, 2025, and, they're snapping to, and they're all waking up, and they're all, doing the thing. And it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work as one massive collective field of masculines who are all doing and feeling the same thing. This is not a homogenized path, right? This is not a path where every single twin flame dynamic looks and acts and breathes and does the exact same thing. each twin flame dynamic, each twin flame unit, right, is in and of itself unique. They all breathe and operate differently because we all come into this incarnation with different traumas, with different karmas, with different, wounds, with different things that we need to face for our soul growth, right? And so when we're sort of saying, well, everyone is moving at this same exact place, if that were the case, all twins would have come into union when all of this stuff started however long ago, right? There would have been no reason that it was just sort of like, oh, well, this group of twin flames is all doing the exact same thing at this same time in 2025 because the divine masculine is finally waking up, and so that means that they're going to be back in union with the divine feminine. The divine masculine follows the divine feminine's energy always and forever. That's just the way it works. So when we watch things that are saying, like, as soon as the divine masculine gets it, right? As soon as they wake up, as soon as they do their work, as soon as they come into their healing, as soon as they do X, Y, Z, which is what a lot of my videos keep saying, as soon as A and B and C equals this, then I'll be there and I'll be good. As soon as something outside of me does something, then I'll be good, right? As soon as something outside of me does these things, then that means that I'm going to, be back in union with my divine masculine, right? It can be divine feminine, it can go either way, whatever way. Doesn't work like that. As soon as you are in union with you, as soon as you are in union with self, as soon as you are in union within, that is when you're going to see that energy follow itself back into the physical reality, right? This is, and I know it's so annoying because I've been there and I did it and it was just frustrating as all hell, that it's just like, why the hell am I having to do all this? What do you mean I have to do all this shit in order for the divine masculine to like get it, right? For them to figure it out. I'm having to throw on the 800-pound backpack and slap up that mountain to do all of this freaking work in order to make this thing work. Doesn't work like that either, right? Because that is, again, looking for an end goal. And this is something that I talk about a lot in all of my videos, and I'll continue to, is that the goal is not outside of you. The goal is not to come into physical, romantic relationship with the twin. The goal is to come back into inner union and self-loving relationship with you, with the self. And the divine masculine follows that energy. Why do they follow that energy? Because it's the same energy. You share the same energy. And so when we're watching, or we're absorbing or consuming all of these external informations that are telling us it's just going to be on this next full moon, or the reason that all of this stuff is, all happening like this is because of this external thing, It's like, oh, well, now Jupiter is in alignment with Saturn, and so that means that, this is going to happen, right? I love astrology. I've been into astrology my entire life, so I'm not knocking astrology. I'm not knocking any of the spiritual arts. I love all of them too. But on this path, most of the time, if you are looking in those directions for some sort of solace or validation or a place that's going to kind of make everything right again, then we're looking to everything outside of us to fix it, to fix us, to fix something that doesn't need to be fixed, right? Which is something that I talk about a lot as well. You're not broken. You don't need healing. But we believe that we do, right? We've taken on programs and belief systems and imprints based on woundings that we've either incurred in this life or we've pulled and dragged in from our past lives. And then we continue to replay them because we identify with them, because we are identifying with the mind and with the ego. And we are feeling and thinking that we are the mind. We're thinking that we are ego. We're thinking that the chatterings in our mind that we hear all day, every day, are us, right? And so that becomes our identity. Those things are not us. We are pure source consciousness. We are higher consciousness, right? We are pure source energy. We are eternal. We are light beings. We are pure energy. And we have come here to experience separation, right? For our soul's growth. And now, if you are a true twin flame, you are being awakened. This is your ascension path. And an awakening, the purpose of an awakening is to pull you out of the separation and the ego and the mind and the identifications that are telling you that you're broken, or that you need all of these healing things. And I'm not talking about mental, or I'm not talking about, I'm talking about just the twin flame path. So if anyone actually needs to have some sort of, therapy, or, all of those sort of things, I'm not knocking any of that, right? I'm just talking about this path in regard to feeling like, unless you're with the divine masculine, that you're not okay. And the thing is that you are the divine masculine. You are the divine masculine. You are the twin flame. And there is a representation, a physical representation of your same soul who is incarnate with you, your twin, who is you, who is assisting you through this awakening process, right? They're helping you to navigate this awakening process, even though it doesn't feel like that most of the time, right? But all of those triggers and all of those pushes and all of those things that come up for us, they're coming up for us so that we release them, so that we transmute them, so that we stop identifying with them, right? And so when we're looking at the twin as a physical, external, person from ourselves, when we're looking at, general tarot readings and hoping to find some sort of, tidbit of information in there, when we're looking at, AI generated twin flame information, and we're hoping to have, some sort of fix or hit to make us feel better for a little while, it's just like, we all know, if you're on this path and you've been on it long enough, you all know what comes up must come down. It's like, it feels good for a minute, and then it doesn't feel good, and then it feels like shit again, because it's not helping, right? It's not helping. But the mind and the ego is telling you, but you need to do this because it's going to make you feel better, because all it knows is what's outside of it, right? All it knows is what's external to it. And that's what this path is about. That's what this path is about. This path is all that's inside. It's all inner union. It's all within you. It's all consciousness, right? And so those trappings of the mind and the trappings of the ego that are pulling you in a direction that's making you chase things for that feeling of, but I just need to feel better for a minute, that emotional place of saying, but this will fix it for just a minute, right? I just have to feel better for just a minute. It's like overeating, people that overeat, and it's just like, it feels good in the minute, and then you feel like shit afterwards because you knew you shouldn't have done that, but then you did it anyway, right? Or if you're like, a smoker and you're trying to quit smoking, and you're like, you're trying not to smoke, and you shouldn't smoke, but then the next thing you know, you're smoking, and then, oh shit, damn it, why did I do that? It's the same thing for discernment when it comes to information around the twin flame path and what you are allowing into your energetic field. You are a sovereign being. And so being very aware of, what am I allowing into my energy? Is this healthy for me? Is this, just sort of pay attention. Like, is this the truth? You know, you'll feel it. Like, you know, is this real for me? Or am I just, is my ego right now sort of taking over and hoping that this is the case, when in actuality, I know that I need to focus on what's going on within my inner world and finding that inner balance within me, because this is where the masculine lives, right? This is where the masculine is, and this is how you attract the physical aspect of your masculine into your physical life. It's in here. It's never, ever out there. And I know we're used to everything being out there in this reality, but the awakening and the ascension process is going to be showing you full force and in your face through this path that it's all within you. It's all within you. So that's what I have for you guys. I hope this video doesn't come out super wonky with the lighting and with me having to splice it into the thing, whatever. So you guys have an awesome day.